Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, November 26th. It is 8 a.m. and we are on our way to church. It is 30, the car says it's 33 degrees, but it's probably a little bit cooler than that. Our car always reads a little higher than what it actually is. So we are on our way to church with this. You'll be getting this on Monday, and so with things being delayed a day, Couch Time, of course, is going to be on Monday's video during Vlogmas. So I'll put a post out later today. Today's Sunday, so I'll send that out later that Vlogmas will be on Monday's video.
No, Couch Time.
I meant Couch Time will be on Monday's video. Thank you. So yeah, we're headed to church, and sun's in your eyes behind us, and we will see you there probably, or at least after church when we decide what we're going to do for lunch. We've talked about going home and getting turkey leftovers.
Turkey sandwiches.
And I've got to run by the grocery store. I have some friends coming over to help me put lights on the Christmas tree. And so we'll be doing, I've got to stop by and get some groceries because I'm going to make them supper. Okay, so I will see you guys with whatever we do today. We have two services on Sunday morning, and this is just a few minutes prior to the first service starting. Bryant's just getting his stuff set up on his pulpit, and we are about to start the service. I'll show you just a quick clip of him preaching, just a really quick clip.
Slay his son. Let's stop right there for just 1 second. I don't know about you, but I can probably say with confidence, I'm not sure I would have made it as far as Abraham has made it. Okay?
I need to run into Food Line after church. We just got out of church. I need to run in here real quick because I have some folks coming over to help me with the Christmas lights, and I wanted to cook them supper tonight. Hey everyone, welcome to Couch Time. We're recording this just a little bit late. Actually the next morning. This is Monday morning, and so we're going to insert this little clip into yesterday's video. And also through Vlogmas, since it's a day behind, Couch Time will be on Mondays. So with that being said, on Monday's video. So we've had a great week. It's been a wonderful kickoff to Vlogmas. We've enjoyed it. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving, huge and wonderful meal. It was the cutest thing. We had leftover turkey, of course, as does everyone. And we came home from church yesterday and fixed us a turkey sandwich. And Judah rode home with us, so we fixed him a turkey sandwich.
That's his Sunday tradition.
Yeah, to ride with Papa and Bubbles home.
Back home, yeah.
So anyway, late last night, Caroline calls her daddy and says, what'd she say?
Daddy, do you have any leftover turkey? I said, I don't know. Why? She said, because I got a little boy that wants a turkey sandwich with mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. And
that's how we fixed it for him at lunch. So she had to bring him back over here late last night for us to fix him a turkey sandwich. So he had 2 turkey sandwiches yesterday.
Yeah. And Levi would ride home with us, except he is more of a mama and daddy's boy.
He's a mama's boy right now. He's going through this thing that he's just really
and so he'd rather ride
attached to mama.
Yeah, he'd rather ride home with mom and dad instead of Papa and Bubbles. So,
but there are times he's like, I want to ride with Bubbles.
And when he asks, we say, come on.
Yes, yep.
So anyway, hey, usually at this point we talk about what recipes that she's made this week, but you guys are getting videos every day. You guys saw it's on here, the creamy chicken chili, what do you call it?
Yeah, I just showed him bits and pieces of that, but that you can just search, if you want that recipe, search the Farming Pastor's Wife creamy chicken chili. So good.
What you didn't see, we went to a birthday party yesterday. She forgot to film.
I didn't film there.
When we went to the birthday party, then you saw decorating the tree, and that was, have they seen that yet?
This is going to be before that, so you're fixing to see it.
So, anyway, we had an exceptional time. Very quickly, the message yesterday I thought was phenomenal. The past 3 weeks I've been talking about the power of God. 3 weeks ago it was the power of God to break cycles in our life, the sin cycles, the cycle of poverty, cycle of lack of education, how the power of God can break those cycles and turn us into the creation that He has designed for us to be. Then the following week, we talked about the power of God's redemption, how He left the 99 to go after the one, no matter how bad you've been or what decisions you've made or anything like that, how God will go and come after you and follow you and bring you back and redeem you. And then yesterday, we talked about the power of
It's been too long. It's been a day.
Yeah, we talked yesterday about the power of
Oh, goodness.
what was it? Provision. The power of
Provision,
Yeah.
yes.
I knew it would come to me. The power of provision. The 3 points. Let's see if I can remember those. The first point was simply this, and I used the story of Abraham and Isaac and how God challenged Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, his only son. And so I talked about how God's provision often requires personal effort. Abraham had to cut the wood, had to pack the donkey, had to make the journey, had to build the altar, had to tie the boy up. He had to do all those things. There was personal efforts that was required for him to get to the point for God to provide the ram in the thicket. And so sometimes there's personal efforts that's required upon us. Like this, let's say I'm praying, hey, God, give me a job. Lord, open the door, give me a job. Well, guess what? If you don't put in any applications or you don't do any research and you don't go out there and try to get a job, a lot of times God just doesn't plop a job in your lap.
That's right.
It requires personal effort. And so many times we ask God to do things in our lives or to provide things in our lives, but we think we just sit back and wait. I want to tell you that sometimes God only moves when He sees fear and effort in our life, fear of Him. And that's what He told Abraham when Abraham was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac. The Lord said, because I see that you fear me, that you revere me. There's reverence. There's all those things built into that. And until you apply that into your personal effort to reach out and to search what God would have for your life, sometimes those provisions are not given to you quite so readily. Secondly, God's provision takes time. For Abraham and Isaac, for Abraham and Sarah, Isaac had been promised to them for at least 25 years. It took 25 years.
And that's just from the promise.
Yeah.
They had wanted a son all their lives.
Yeah.
But just from the promise where God says, I'm going to give you a son, there was 25 years.
That they had waited. And so that tells me that sometimes God's provision takes time. We live in an Instapot, microwave society. We want everything yesterday. I heard a pastor say this one time. We live in a microwave society, but God operates in a crock pot society. You know what I mean? And so His timing takes His provision sometimes takes a while. And sometimes while we're waiting,
time has no meaning to God.
Time has no meaning. And so here's the thing. Sometimes when we're waiting on that provision, we make a mess. Sarah and Abraham, they made a mess because they devised that little plan, had Ishmael, had Abraham sleep with a servant, a concubine, had Ishmael, totally out of God's will, was not God's plan, caused great division, great harm, and so now they're trying their best to make the best of a tough situation if they had only waited. And so maybe you're in that stage of life right now.
You're wanting to rush God's hand.
So continue to wait.
We're there.
And let God
We've
move.
had situations where we've wanted to rush God along.
We sure have. And so lastly, God's provision is always perfect. And I talked about the ram in the thicket. How, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but the Bible says that it was caught by its horns. So the reason it was caught by its horns was because if it were wrapped up in the briars and the thickets across its torso, and it ripped its skin and it began to bleed, at that moment that ram would not have been without spot or blemish.
Sacrifices had to be without blemish. They had to be perfect.
That was the requirement of the ceremonial law. And so because the ram was caught by its horns, the way it was caught, it didn't bring any blemishes to his body because of the tough material that his horns were made out of. And so therefore that ram was without spot or blemish. So God's provision is always perfect, whatever he chooses to do. Now his provision may not be what you choose. But he always knows best. And so that was the message. That was a sermon. It turned out really good. Thank you all for joining. We had some first-time visitors over on the Facebook page yesterday at Browers Wesleyan Church. I noticed some new folks joining in and watching live. Thank you for doing that. So, hey, this is that's it for couch time.
Okay, we're inserting this clip. So now,
Hey, real quickly,
uh-oh.
do you know what you call a happy farmer? You ever thought about that? What do you call a happy farmer?
I hope you. I don't know. What do you call a happy farmer?
A jolly rancher.
A jolly rancher. Okay. Womp womp.
That's a good one.
Okay, guys, we're inserting this clip here. So now we're going back to yesterday and on with the video.
I'm a jolly rancher.
Okay, everyone, I haven't filmed a whole lot today. We haven't even filmed our couch time yet. But we'll get that filmed and done at some point in time today. But I have friends coming over who are going to help me with my lights on my Christmas tree. And I wanted to show you what I'm cooking them supper. I've done it a million times on here. It's my creamy chicken chili. It is so good. And I haven't put the creaminess in it yet. I just have the base made. But let me show it to you. There it is, and we'll be adding sour cream and heavy cream to it shortly, and it's going to be delicious while we decorate the Christmas tree. He's drinking coffee. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add in our sour cream and some heavy cream so it can come back to temperature and be hot when our friends arrive. Bryant is going to feed the cows hay. He's going to go feed the girls.
Hey.
So, I'm just going to get this ready. Because I don't want it to be scalding hot, but I do want it to come back to temperature.
Hay feeding time. We're carrying a roll of hay to the girls. You can see them right there behind me. They've gathered, but I just wanted to show you what's a lot. But look right there, new baby calf, red 26 cow. She just had that calf. He's a good-looking little calf. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on the farm. Here's one herd coming to get some hay. They're going to beat me to the ring. So let's go ahead and feed these girls. Well, we have gotten started with the lights. There's Miss Heather, there's Alina, there's Jason. There, look at there. Who is that? Mr. Judah.
I'm not a mister.
He come over. He said he's not a mister. He came over to get him a turkey sandwich, and I'm sitting here in the recliner with my feet up, watching these young ladies put lights. They're teaching Leslie a new technique. It's a woven light going in and out of the limbs. And so it's a new technique. Leslie doesn't know how. Leslie just usually wraps around, you know what I mean? And so they're teaching Leslie. You can see Leslie's watching real well and paying attention.
She's making a turkey sandwich.
She's making Judah a turkey sandwich. So, all right, here. You see the beginning of the product. We'll bring you back when they're done. Finally, Miss Leslie's in on the action right there. Things are coming together. They're about halfway done. They're teaching her how to do this. Do you have the hang of it, Mom? You got the hang of it?
Yeah, she does. She does.
We'll see. Okay. All right. You got Judah running around like a Sonic. Like a wild man. The lights are on the tree, and now they're putting the rest of the decor. See the Moravian light, the Moravian star up top. Not sure if you have those in your areas, but we pastored in Tobaccoville for 15 years, and that outside of Tobaccoville is Winston-Salem, which was a large Moravian settlement there, especially in the Bethabara and the Bethania area of Forsyth County. And it many of you may know that the Moravians were instrumental in leading John Wesley to the Lord and his salvation experience. And so you may not know that. So anyway, the Moravians have been around a while, and it's a group of Christianity, and kind of like a specific denomination. But anyway,
The lights look gorgeous, and they are continuing to put the other ornaments on the tree. We'll bring you back in a second.
I had a viewer watch my episode on the Hobby Lobby haul where I purchased the ornaments for my grown-up tree, what I call a grown-up tree. And she said, I have some ornaments that are going to be perfect. And she sent them to me. So I'm just now getting into the box, like really good, opening it up and seeing what's in it. And aren't they cute? Look at them. The buffalo plaid. They're the primitive style. I think they match perfectly, and it's going to go great on my tree. So thank you so much. So on to decorating. Here is our beautiful decorated tree, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. It's very primitive, very earthy looking. I feel like it goes perfectly with the farmhouse theme. I was able to put my Moravian star on top and then the bows underneath, and I just think it turned out perfectly, and I'm so thankful for my friends came to help. Here it is with the lights out. It is absolutely stunning. The video does not do it justice, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, the whole reason we celebrate Christmas is right there. For unto us a child is born. I love you guys so much. Good night, and remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything.